We all have a need for human connection. Without it, you can have a feeling of loneliness that leads to depression, hopelessness, and in rare cases, making a friend out of a volleyball and naming him Wilson like Tom Hanks' character in the 2000 classic Castaway. If you're feeling lonely, watch this video because today we're discussing 5 ways how to overcome loneliness in life, starting with the first idea, now. Number 1. Just ask. If you feel you're lacking meaningful relationships, then you have to be willing to be vulnerable and risk rejection. You may have people in your life, like I do, whether it's a coworker, neighbor, or classmate, where one of you throws out an idea of doing something, but it never happens. For example, I can think of one guy I worked with. At least 5 times we talked about how awesome Subway was and how we should eat there someday, but neither of us asked the other about setting up a specific date and time. If you don't make the effort to deepen the friendship by spending time together, it will likely remain a meaningless human interaction filled with generic small talk. Then one day I decided to ask, "Hey buddy, what do you think of meeting at Subway at noon tomorrow?" "Sounds like a plan." The sandwiches and conversation were both incredible. Sometimes you ask and the person is all for it. Sometimes you ask and they're not. But if you're feeling lonely, don't wait for the other person to ask you to do something. It's quite possible they want to, but don't want to risk you saying no to them. If the other person says no or they're busy, don't take it personally and don't sweat it. There are over 7 billion more people you could ask, and I'm sure one of them will go to Subway with you. Be bold, be brave, and just ask. Number 2, focus on quality, not quantity. Is it possible you tell yourself you're lonely because you don't have as many friends as you feel you should have? I know I did this recently. I was happier than ever. Then I started looking on social media and constantly saw people sharing group pictures of their 500 friends. I felt unpopular, felt like a loser, and started to feel lonely. I snapped out of it when I realized it's not the quantity of relationships, but the quality of your relationships that matter. Having a bunch of people in your life will not necessarily help you overcome loneliness in life. I think back to college when I felt lonely and didn't have many friends, but knew many people in my class who would go out to bars and clubs on the weekends. I decided to go, but when I was around all those people, I felt worse. My hearing is not the best, so I could never hear anyone in those clubs and bars, and I don't like drinking. Even though I was around all of those people, I felt lonelier than ever. I stopped worrying about my perceived popularity on social media and focused on quality over quantity. And by doing so, no longer felt lonely despite not making any extra friends. I realized I don't have a ton of friends, but the ones I do have care about me, help me grow, and I feel comfortable sharing things with them I wouldn't share with most people. You will have the same results when you focus on quality, not quantity, when it comes to your relationships. Number 3, see similarities. One thing that may be causing your feelings of loneliness is the belief that you have to find people who are just like you in order to feel comfortable being friends with them. People who feel different than most people are prone to loneliness and depression because they feel most won't understand them. But think about the truth that Roman playwright Terence spoke here. "I am human, and I think nothing of which is human is alien to me." Everyone has insecurities. Everyone likes to feel cared for. Everyone eats. Everyone struggles. Everyone has dreams. I really could go all day pointing out what humans have in common. You may have quirks about you. Everyone does. The key to overcoming your loneliness and forming quality relationships is taking genuine interest in other people and focusing on what you have in common rather than what makes you different. For example, I'm in my 20s, but I have a couple close friends who are around 60, but we share a passion for personal development and writing. If you're lonely because you tell yourself you're odd or strange, remember, you're human. Nothing human is foreign to you, and you can form a ton of meaningful relationships simply by taking genuine interest in others and seeing similarities. Number 4, find your creative outlet. Creative expression is a human need that rarely gets met in most people's lives. It's possible you're in a rut, feeling lonely and misunderstood because you're not fully expressing yourself. Unfortunately, it could take a long time to be fully open and authentic with others. That's why creating something may be something you want to do. Let go of criticizing what you create as not being good or comparing what you create to others. Consider this playtime for you. Pick something that you're interested in and want to improve in. Writing, singing, playing an instrument, painting, dancing, anything that allows you to express yourself in a unique way. You don't have to share it or sell it, just do it for yourself. Watch how much better it makes you feel. For example, I'm super passionate about personal development and motivational speaking, but didn't pursue it because I worried about being strange and misunderstood. But then I started embracing this passion and started giving speeches, writing books, and making YouTube videos as creative outlets. All I know is whenever I'm creating something without judging it or comparing it with others, I never feel more alive, and I'm sure you'll feel the same way. Find your creative outlet, and I believe you have found one excellent way to overcome loneliness. And the fifth and final way to overcome loneliness in life: give. Believing you're separate from the rest of the world can make you feel lonely. Giving is the best way to reconnect with the rest of the world and feel you're a part of something larger than yourself. What may hold you back from giving is believing no one would value what you have to give. Listen to this conversation between a doctor and a patient who is in her 50s and change how you feel. Doc, I'm ready for my life to be over. No one cares about me and I'm all alone. Ma'am, I'm sure there's something great you can give to the world. What are you good at? Doc, I guess I'm good at knitting, but no one would want anything I'd knit. Ma'am, I think if you knitted a hat and donated it to a local orphanage in time for the freezing winter, one orphan would receive your hat, hold it up and think, wow, someone actually cares about me. My own parents don't care about me, but someone out there does. Wow, thanks, Doc. I feel better already. You'll always have a place in this world if you're a giver. It doesn't matter how little you give. As Charles Dickens said, no one is useless in this world who lightens the burden of another. If you're lonely, doing something as small as knitting a hat can end this lonely feeling that you're having. We all feel lonely from time to time, and whenever you're feeling lonely, use these 5 ways to help you overcome it. Please leave a comment below and let me know if I can help you out in any way. If you found this video helpful and would like more like it, subscribe to this channel today by hitting the icon that just popped up in the bottom right hand corner and hit the bell notification so you never miss a new video. This is your friend Michael, inspiring you to learn, laugh, and love. Hope you enjoyed this video, hope it helps you overcome your loneliness, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.